Good morning, Aiden's pressure washing. You're probably here at 5:45 a.m. Let's get some bleach pumped. First step in pumping bleach is PPE. You always want to grab some safety glasses and some gloves. I don't have any glasses on me, but watching the video, make sure you grab glasses out of the truck. I just don't have the truck here, the work truck. Gloves are always located in the back of the unit. Don't grab the green ones. We're just out of stock of the regular ones because these things are way too overpriced and we use them to clean roofs. But you know, the clear white latex gloves. Unless you're allergic to latex, then suck it up, I guess. Next part is setting up the bleach pumping system. Before we touch anything with the bleach pumping system, always want to have our gloves on. Gloves are on, now we're good to go. The thing we're going to be test pumping today is the 5-gallon drum. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the green hose set up, getting this totally unwinded, and I'm going to drop it into our tank. There we go. We're set up, we're good to go there. Now the next step is going to be setting up the bleach suction hose. To set up this hose, we're just going to take this off the hook, shelf, whatever, off the hook. We're going to come around to the back of the unit, where we keep our bleach barrels. Do your best to kind of get the hose around. It does reach a little tight back here, but it works. Now we're going to take this wrench. We only open bleach barrels with this wrench right here. Never any other tool because it's going to corrode the crap out of it and rust it out. We're going to check for which barrel has the lowest amount of bleach in it, but of course still enough to pump. These here are obviously empty. This one you can see is about 2/3 of the way full. This one's filled all the way to the top. So you want to go to the lowest barrel that still has a comfortable amount of bleach in there. You're going to pop it open with this wrench. Then you're going to drop the drop stick in here. Now we pop it open. This is our drop stick. Drop it into the bleach tank. We're going to turn this red valve so it goes in the same direction as the fill line. Now we have our fill line open and ready to suck bleach out of the tank. At this point, we have the fill line or the drop stick in the bleach tank. We have our bleach spout that's coming out, where the bleach is going to be coming out from our green line into our tank, whether we're filling the 5s on the back of the trailer or we're filling the main bleach tank. When we're filling, we always want to fill the 5s on the back of the trailer first, and then we fill the main bleach tank. Reason being, we have to flush the system out afterwards, and we do not want to flush bleach out onto the asphalt. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this tank to basically here, basically right around an inch from the top of the surface. Then I'll show you how to set the system to water after. When we set the system to water, you want to flush all the bleach out of the line into this tank, and then as soon as you see water come into the tank, that's when we start flushing out on the asphalt. But first, let me show you how to make sure we're pumping bleach. Nozzle here is good, we're checked, gloves on. Now we have to come back here and initiate our bleach pump. To do that, we're just going to take this right here, plug it in, and we're good to go. Now our bleach line is going to be pumping bleach. In the past or in the future, if you're ever working on the equipment and you notice a bleach pump is kind of surging, like not really fully pumping, you're going to want to unplug it, let it sit for a little bit, and then plug it back in. If it still doesn't work, then go to the power box down there and turn the power off, then turn it back on. Also, when pumping bleach, make sure the lights are on. If the lights aren't on, that means there's no power in the unit. You have to go to the box and turn the dial to turn on the power. Now, as you can see here, our bleach is pumping. Now we're filling the tank. We just got to wait. As an example on this tank, I'm going to show you guys how to flush out a system. So what we're going to do is you're going to see it. Maybe I'll stop it on a 5-gallon container. I'll stop it maybe 4 inches from the top because we have to flush all this bleach out of the line. And then as soon as it hits the water, I'm going to turn off the bleach pump and close the valve, and we're going to put water on the street. Of course, we don't want to dilute our bleach, but we don't want to dump a bunch of bleach on the asphalt. We're good to cut it probably right here. Now that we have our bleach cut, we got to set our system to water. Before we do anything, we want to come to the back of the unit, and we are going to have to take our drop stick out of the bleach barrel. When doing this, it's a very tedious process. We want to be slow about it. Don't want to spill bleach everywhere. It's pretty easy if you do it right. It's a pain in the ass if you get bleach everywhere and you have to clean up bleach. We're going to pull this drop stick out. We're going to pull it almost to the top, and you want to make sure you do have gloves. I'll keep saying this. You're grabbing on a drumstick that was just sitting in a barrel of 12.5% sodium hypochlorite. It'll burn your skin. Have gloves on. I'm going to pull this drop stick out, and I let it sit above the bleach level in the tank for about 30 seconds now. I let it sit for a little longer. Just want to make sure that we have gotten all the bleach out of this drop stick. Now that we've done that, we're going to close this valve after about 30 seconds. The reason we wait is we want air to balance out. If we close that valve, it's going to have a hard time fully draining. Now that we fully drain this here, we can take our drop stick out of the bleach tank. We're going to slowly turn it up, and we're good to go here. To close, then we're going to close our bleach tank. Always close the tank. We cannot leave it open. The bleach will begin to break down. The hypochlorite inside of the bleach will begin to break down, and it will lose its strength. Close that, put the wrench back, we're good to go. Now, we're going to flush our system. Flushing the system is pretty easy. Just takes a little bit of time, about 5 minutes or so. We're going to take this green hose, which was not put back in the right spot. I know we put it there, probably me, but it's okay. I'll show you where to put it when we're done. We're going to take this hose right here. We're going to connect it to the white fill line. So we have this gator clip here. We're going to pull these tabs to the front. The clamp is going to slide on, like so. And then we're going to pull this clip back. We're going to pull this banjo clip back. Now we're hooked up. So the last thing we have to do is we have to open the water line. And now we have to go back to the back of the pipe. We have to open our fill line on the drop stick. Come on, bro. There we go. Got to make sure both of these are in line with the drop stick. And then with the water line coming off the trailer, this Flexzilla hose can kink pretty easily. We just want to make sure that there's no kinks or bends in the line. Also, with this line here, we always want to make sure that we are draping this gray hose here on the hook. Cannot have a bend here. I'm actually just going to zip tie this so it can't go anywhere else.
Good idea.
Now we have to flush out our system. To do this, it's pretty easy. We have our water hooked up. We're just going to open this valve right here. And now we're pumping bleach. Obviously, you can still see there's bleach in the line. But here's the thing. We have water coming in. So you're going to see here, all of a sudden, the flow's getting kind of weird. we overflowed. But now we're on water. I let it go for a second too long, guys. But see how we're on water now? It's not that yellow color. Don't overfill containers, please. This is outside of the unit, so like it doesn't really matter as much. But like if that was inside the unit, it'd be a pretty big problem. I'm gonna have to rinse this off now and then dry it so it's actually going in Zane's car. There we go. That's how you pump bleach. Now that we're gonna let this sit for 5 minutes. This is going to flush out. We're gonna run water through the full system for about at least 5 minutes. Watch the water level on the tank. Can't let this run dry. Anyways, the tank should always be at a full water level when we come back. Should never head back home with a half-filled tank. So good rule of thumb anyways. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Let's cook and good looking. We're here. Part 2, bleach pumping. Now we've had our system flush for about 5 minutos. A nosotros vamos. Let's go. Nosotros, we are now going to shut off the bleach system and stop pumping. First step is going to be unplugging the pump. We're now good to go. Bleach system is fully shut off. The next step is going to be turning this valve off right here. And then we're going to close this. We're going to close this valve. And we're going to close the valve back here. Fully close them. Now we're ready to disconnect and take this right here. Just a little bit of water in the line. It'll be fine. It'll come out. And we want to do this step right here. It's pretty important. You just want to take a little bit of water, open this a tad bit, and just rinse this pipe off with a quick little amount of water. Just like that. Just get a little bit of that bleach. Now we're going to take this and we're going to stow it away. To put it away, we're just going to take it, kind of wrap it up, and then we're just going to tuck it in here. It's not going to be perfect, but you kind of get the concept. We're just putting it away in here, kind of getting it out of the way. Just like so. Let's get it stowed away. That's that. Now we're going to get the pipe wrapped up and put away. Take this here, and we're going to wrap this up. We're going to coil it up. So, boom, boom. Coiling. And now once we get a good couple of coils, we're going to drop this on here, and then we're going to take this hose, we do this every time, and we're going to take this and put it on top of this hose. That is now neat and out of the way. In reality, I probably should have done one more curl. You want to try and get it as stowed away as possible. Lastly, we have the green hose here. We're going to close this. We're just going to start wrapping it up, just like so. Coil, 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 and lastly, coil, and boom, pop that down. Good to go. That's how you put away the bleach system. Everything's unplugged. The tank didn't overflow. Everything is closed. Check the barrel. Check the 5-gallon containers. Check the 5-gallon main, the main 55-gallon tank on the trailer. Make sure it's all closed. After that, take off your gloves, throw them away. And that's it. That's how you pump bleach. If you have any questions, call Zach.